What can you expect at a USCIS interview? Well, first and foremost, you should expect to feel a little nervous, but don't come across that way. Just be yourself. When you walk in, introduce yourself to the officer and take a seat, and they're going to probably swear you in and get started with asking any questions that are relevant to the petition that you filed. For example, if the case involves an I-130, USCIS is going to go over that form with you and your spouse. And then if there's an I-485 filed alongside that, they're going to ask the applicant questions about admissibility to the United States. So the I-130 questions can kind of go through a long scope of different things. So they're going to establish biographical information, and they may ask you questions about your significant other. For example, where was your husband born? What are his parents' names? Where did he live when you guys first started dating? When did you meet? How did you fall in love? All the way to what color are the kitchen walls in your home? How many bedrooms are there? What did you have for dinner last night? So the questions can be rather intimate, but more or less, if the relationship is legitimate, you will know the answer. So don't get too nervous. When it comes to the 485, though, there are a lot of questions that are going to go over, whether or not you've ever committed any crimes, or have you ever been cited, have you used a weapon against someone before? There are a lot of complicated questions when it comes to the 485. So it's important to speak to counsel so that when you go to the interview, it's not the first time you've ever seen the question. Because you want to understand what you're saying yes or no to, of course. But the I-130 interview is kind of a conversation. You want to come across that your marriage is legitimate, because that's the most nerve-wracking part, is how do you convince someone else that you're truly in love? Well, the point is, know the answer. Know the answers to the questions that they're asking. Saying I don't know can come across a little bit insubordinate. You want to make sure that they really understand your relationship timeline. When did you meet? How did you fall in love? Did you get engaged? Did your husband get on one knee when he proposed? Did you go anywhere after your wedding ceremony? For dinner? Who was there? Know your timeline and be on the same page so that there are no surprises at the interview.